Welcome back to another episode of The Drink featuring the Brown Skin Girl Project. I have a lovely brown skin woman here. I'm so excited for you guys to meet her. I'm going to let her introduce herself and tell us what her passion and her craft is.
My name is Raven. My passions are obviously working out, hiking, nature, love to read. I'm a swimmer. I know sometimes Black girls don't like to get their hair done, but that's why I got the braids in. I am going on vacation tomorrow.
Yes, we love vacations already. Yes, and the summer is we outside the summer.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I moved to Austin from Chicago and I work for a tech startup.
Okay. Oh, I have lots of questions now. Okay. So how did you become interested in like working out and hiking? Because I know that's like not a lot of people, like I'm not a hiker. Like I'm getting better at outdoor things, but like hiking is just not one of them yet. I love working out though. But how did you get into it?
So honestly, I've just always been I grew up as a Girl Scout. So, we had to like go camping and things like that. My mom put me in all of the things you could think about. So at age 8, I was learning how to swim. So she kind of pushed me to like do the things that she never got to do. And that just opened my eyes to be like, oh my God, these are some really great experiences for me. Because sometimes I also like to show out where I'm like, and the Caribbean Sea and nobody wants to get in the ocean. And I'm like, well, I'm about to go jump in and swim like a mermaid. And then like I'm a Leo, so I also like attention. And sometimes they're like, I'm like, okay, girl. So I'm just doing all the backflips and all this stuff.
I love it. No, that's awesome. I think it's so good for us to see more like black and brown women out in nature and like because I don't know about you, like I tend to be like I don't want to say afraid of nature, but I'm not like a bug creature.
I'm not doing the bugs, no.
Yeah. So even in the water too, I'm like, cool that there's little fish. Like I love to see, but like, what else is in here? Type. But
Mhm.
but that's awesome that you're into like being out there and being active. Like it's so important. So you said that you also work for a tech startup. Like how is that like balancing like okay work and then also doing like workouts and whatnot? Is like working out for you something that you're like, oh, this is great for like me personally, or do you like to help other women like with their workouts and whatnot?
So it's basically a personal thing. I will do like some group workouts with my friends, but I'm not like a personal trainer and I don't really like take clients or anything like that. But I do have a friend who I would probably also love for you to interview. She actually has her own yoga brand. And she is a certified yoga instructor. And so I hired her to do my birthday one day just because it's good to just do other things with a community instead of just going out to drink. So although I won't lead the pack, I would definitely get them together in a group and I'll get somebody that will make sure that we're staying healthy and still having fun.
Yes, that is so cool. Like I appreciate that. I think like you said there's something about doing something together that's not just going out and drinking or going out to the club or like whatever. Like we can do all of this like be whole together. So that is really cool. So as you said, like you're not a personal trainer right now. Do you envision yourself like doing something like that or being maybe like a swim teacher since you said a lot about swimming as well? Like what do you envision in that?
Maybe it's like I have a lot of friends who kind of like inspire me. And so one of my other friends, her name's Selena, and she actually is getting certified to be a Pilates instructor. And then she was like teaching little kids how to swim as a part-time job. So like I, I would definitely do the swim thing. I don't know about anything else because I don't want to be accountable to someone else. Like if
Mm.
I slack, like I really want to cancel my workout today, but I'm like, I canceled it yesterday. So I was like, I'm trying to hold myself accountable. I don't want to, if I'm tired or if I'm down, I don't want to have somebody else, relying on me. So that could be frustrating from somebody. So I don't want to know if I want to put myself in that position.
No, I totally get that. I honestly think like just to speak into what you're saying and to speak some encouragement into you, I find that when I follow anybody who's working out or whatever, it's more encouraging for me to have someone that is more realistic. I find I might be a little more discouraged. I'm like, they're so good at just like getting up and going and like, like I find it more encouraging when I watch a workout video and the girl has to like take a break from her reps. I'm like, that's me. That is me. So who knows? Maybe, you could, if not like professionally, you could still like you can still inspire someone, even if you're like, there are days where I take off or whatever. That's still encouraging to people because that's more realistic. So I
Mhm.
just want to speak that over you because I feel like, yes, like I don't want you to feel discouraged or like, oh, I won't be able to do it because I can't be accountable to someone. But I think there's accountability in that for you as well, when you're working with someone else. So I don't know. I felt like I had to say that to you.
No, that was good because I think social media just, always tells us that like everybody's on the go or everybody works out 24/7 and everybody's like doing this super healthy meal preps. And so when I slack, it's like, I'm never going to get the perfect body because I
Mm.
just ate a cheeseburger today, so.
Yes. No, I think there's beauty in the journey. So whatever that journey looks like, whether it's okay, for a week, I just had to binge. Like I couldn't, I had to for a week or, okay, like now I'm starting back up again. Like I think there is beauty in just being realistic with ourselves. And there's such grace within that as well. So I think that's awesome. Okay. Yes. I'm looking forward to your journey. Like I'm gonna keep watching you. We're gonna watch and see. Oh, she just might
Right.
become a
I'm
personal
gonna
trainer out
come up
here.
with some workout videos.
Yes. Oh, I'd love to see it. I would definitely support. I'd be all for that for sure.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay. So tell us 3 random facts about yourself. It could be anything, anything.
Well, my dad is Mexican and my mom is Black, so I consider myself to be a Blaxican.
Mm.
I am a part of the queer community,
Oh, okay.
and um, I'm 34, so I might look really young, but
Yes, you do. Oh, yes. See,
it's
these are
always
the
a shock.
goals. Your goals for a lot of us. Yes, I'm knocking on the door of 30 and I'm like, I want to look like her. Yes. When I'm like in the midst of my 30s. I love it. Oh gosh, you're so beautiful. Wow.
Oh,
See y'all. We love it. Yes. Oh, you really don't look like in your 30s at all. Stop
I
it.
know people always are so shocked by that. I'm like,
I love it. Oh my gosh. Okay, so my last question. So my like the Brown Skin Girl project is being hosted by my podcast The Drink, and to like kind of lay out like what the drink is about, basically I took the drink is a definition for like body of water, like the ocean, which is what I love, and also like physically taking a drink. So I put those things together and it's kind of like drinking in like the sea of wisdom that's like laid out on the table for us. Okay, so what I want you to tell us and share with us is, what is a piece of wisdom that you're holding on to right now that you'd like to share? And also, in the spirit of drink tradition, what is your favorite drink?
so again, I think it's gonna be another shocker. If we're going like an alcoholic beverage, I really like a whiskey Coke. I know
Mm,
that that could be like more mask, but I'm like, that's my thing.
yes,
It's comfort, it keeps me safe, not too crazy.
yes.
And then I really love anything watermelon. So have you ever had Minute Maid watermelon? That's my favorite juice right now. It's so good.
I have to try it.
Um, but I think if I'm gonna say any words of wisdom, I would kind of take it back to what you told me, like just be authentic. I think you don't really realize that when you're yourself, you inspire people just for being you. I think, even starting in this small tech space, I knew that I was going to show up 100% me. I was the first Black person that they hired, and not to say much because I was only their fifth hire. But then after that, I don't think we hired another Black person to, after, to like maybe 3 years. And then after that, I think we hired our first other queer person. And so it wasn't until just recently I had a happy hour with my coworkers. They're younger than me, and they were just like saying, like, one guy I didn't even know was in the queer space, and he was just like, you have made me so much more comfortable to be who I am, and you've created this safe space for everybody because you're just so flamboyantly you. And I was like, I had no idea. One, I had no idea that he was even he even identified that way. But then two, I had no idea that like they were like, thank you. Because like I'm always like pulling out my little pride wallet and making sure that, I literally take it wherever I go. So it's just like I love to just pull it out and be like, this is who I am, like I don't hide behind whatever. I just show up, and I'm scared, sometimes that people will reject me, but because I have been so authentic, I have never been rejected. And I think that that is a good thing for me to be able to say.
That is so true. I love that. I think, like you said, it's easy. And you brought up social media earlier. It's so easy to see social media and feel like, oh, I can't be my authentic self because people only accept this version of others or this type of person. And so I think, like you said, it's really brave to be authentic and to be yourself and to say, in whatever space I'm in, I'm going to be me. And that is so awesome. Like, I love that you brought that up about your job as well. Like, you being the only person of color and one of the only queer people there. Like, that is so, like you said, inspiring. You allowed the space for people who are also queer, who maybe, who are also Black, like to be themselves and to hold space for them. So I I'm so glad that you got to join the Brown Skin Girl Project this year. Thank you so much for just
Me
for
too.
being yourself.
I
Yes.
mean, and I'll even say like I was even a little nervous because I know it was like saying like entrepreneur and stuff like that. And it's like, even though I am not 100% an entrepreneur, like I started off in this tech company in sales and now I'm the director of operations. So I moved up in the company. Like I'm like one of the direct, right hands to the CEO. Like that's who I report to. I don't report to anybody else. And so even just being comfortable in that and like not having this imposter syndrome is like, because who says that we always have to be an entrepreneur and go those routes? Like if I'm being successful in another way, like that should be, because it seems like nobody has real jobs these days.
No, yeah. No, yeah. I totally, yes. I'm glad that because I feel like you're one of the first ones to like step in to this space and to say like, no, this is what I do. I'm not like an entrepreneur. And like I think that's important as well. Like there are other Black women out here who have like jobs. Like they may not have like an entrepreneur thing or like whatnot, but they still have a passion outside of their job, like you said.
Yeah, and like, okay, and like, so me and my cousin, we started an investment group. So we do have an LLC where we are trying to invest and like, maybe do like investment properties together and stuff like that. So there are things that I do on the side that can be considered entrepreneurial, but like not everybody also wants to be an entrepreneur. Like I don't want to, like I told you, I don't like being accountable for other people. If the company goes under, I don't owe you no money.
Yeah. So that is not me. Like that, I don't want to go that route. That's understandable though. Like you said, not every person has that entrepreneurial spirit. And so I think I'm glad that you joined because I feel like I do have a lot of entrepreneurs on here, which I love, but I do want any of the other Black women or brown women out there to be like, okay, like here's a woman who has her job, but she also has passions outside of that. And like that's okay. And it's like I'm not entrepreneurially spirited, but that's okay. Like you're still an inspiration though to other women, whether they be brown, Black, white, whatever. Like you're still an inspiration.
Right.
So
I'm gonna still find a way to get the bag.
yeah,
So
as you should, as you should. Well, thank you so much, Raven, for joining me. I'm so glad that I've had a lot of just diverse, like so many different Black and brown women on here. So thank you so much for just being a part of this and for joining
yes,
me.
thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. I always love dialoguing and, speaking on Black and brown people because I love being Black and I'm rooting
Yeah.
for everybody Black. So
Yes, 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 that Issa Rae quote. We love her.
we love her.
Yes. All right. Well, you guys be sure. I'm gonna put Raven's social media handle at in the little podcast details underneath. So be sure to follow her, follow along her journey, see what she's up to. Maybe, who knows? She might become a personal trainer and you're in her area. You might want to, book with her. You never know. So be sure to follow her in her journey. And guys, that is a wrap for the Brown Skin Girl Project. I'll see you guys on the next episode of the podcast. Bye, y'all.